Hey everyone! Alibaba just dropped their latest text-to-image model, Qwen Image 2512, and the realism is better than the earlier models. Today, I'll show you where to download it and walk you through some useful workflows. Let's dive in. You can find all the links mentioned in this video in the description. First, let's take a look at the download page for the Qwen Image model. Once you open the link, you'll see a page like this. To download the model, click on the Files and Versions tab, then open the folder named Split Files, followed by the Diffusion Models folder. From here, you can choose between the BF16 and FP8 versions of Qwen Image 2512. Download the one that best suits your hardware. Later in the video, I'll also show you other quantized versions available in GGUF format. Next, let's focus on the text encoder. Go back to the parent folder and open the text encoders folder. Here, you'll find the specific encoder required for Qwen Image. If you've used Qwen models before, you might already have this. If so, there's no need to download it again. If not, choose the version that fits your hardware specs. Then, we need the VAE model. Head back to the parent folder one more time and open the VAE folder. Again, if you are an existing Qwen user, you likely have this already. If not, make sure to download it. I know some of this might be a repeat for experienced users, but I want to ensure this guide is helpful for beginners as well. Now, let's focus on the GGUF versions of Qwen Image. Unsloth has just uploaded a variety of quantized models. If we click on the Files and Versions tab, you'll see several GGUF options. Depending on your hardware, you can experiment with these lower quantized models. I was honestly amazed by the quality of the Q3KM version, which is about 10 GB in size. To speed up generation, we have two LoRAs available. The first is from LightX2V. With this LoRa, you only need 4 steps to generate an image. It comes in 2 versions, BF16 and FP32. If you want more quality, go with the FP32, though I'll be using the BF16 for this video. The second LoRa is from Woolly Art. Just like the first one, it allows for 4-step generation, and I highly recommend trying it out. To download it, go to Files and Versions and look for the file with ComfyUI in its name. So, if you're interested in this Turbo LoRa, make sure to download this one as well. Additionally, you can find quantized versions of the text encoder in GGUF format. Using these lower quants can significantly reduce your memory usage, though keep in mind that very low quants may lead to a loss in quality. Download the version that best fits your hardware setup. Now that we've downloaded everything, let's look at where to place these files inside ComfyUI. I've already moved my files over, so I'll show you exactly where they go. First, open your Models folder, then open the Diffusion Models folder. This is where you should place both the Safetensors and GGUF versions of Qwen Image 2512. You might also have a folder called UNet where GGUF models can be placed, but I personally prefer keeping them in the Diffusion Models folder. Next, let's talk about the text encoder. Go back to the parent folder and open the text encoders folder. This is where you'll put both the GGUF and Safetensors versions of the text encoder. Now for the LoRAs. Navigate back and open the LoRAs folder. This is where we'll place the LoRAs that help speed up our image generation. Finally, we have the VAE. Go back once more and open the VAE folder. This is where we put the VAE model. Now that everything is set up, let's jump right into ComfyUI. If you place the models into the folders while ComfyUI was already running, I suggest refreshing the UI by pressing R on your keyboard. To get started, ComfyUI already provides a template for the Qwen Image model. You can find it in the Templates window, as you can see here. If you don't see it, just search for Qwen Image 2512. Also, make sure your ComfyUI is fully updated to ensure this workflow is available. Now, let's take a look at the workflow. I've made some modifications to the default version, and I've also created a couple of custom workflows that we'll look at later. This workflow is very similar to the older Qwen Image workflows, but there are a few key differences. In the Load Diffusion Model node, I've selected the FP8 version of the new Qwen Image model. In the LoRa Loader Model only node, I've selected the new Qwen Image Lightning LoRa. You could also use the Turbo, which also produces high-quality images with fewer steps. Even though I'm using a 4-step LoRa, I've set the K sampler to 8 steps to get even better quality. Let's try a test generation. I've written a prompt with the help of ChatGPT that is quite difficult for most image models to handle. Let's run the workflow and see how good the results are. The generation is complete, so let's take a look at the result. Overall, the quality is great. I really like the colors and the contrast. However, when we look closer, we can see that the bicycle pedals are having some issues. The chain and the gears also have some minor inaccuracies, as does the brake disc. But even with those small flaws, I'm still impressed with the overall composition. For comparison, here is another image generated using Z-Image Turbo. You can see that the pedals and gears have even more noticeable problems there. Comparing the two, I think Qwen Image produced a much better and more realistic result. For this generation, I was using a square resolution, but there are other options you can try for different aspect ratios. For a 16:9 landscape, I recommend 1664 x 928, and for a 9:16 portrait, you can use 928 x 1664. For the best results, always stick to these recommended resolutions. Now let's take a look at the other workflows. First is the GGUF workflow. In this setup, I'm using the nodes from the ComfyUI GGUF custom node pack. Specifically, we use the uNetLoader GGUF node to load the Qwen Image 2512 model. Here, I've selected the Q3KM version. For the text encoder, we use the ClipLoader GGUF node, where I've also selected the Q3KM quant. As I mentioned earlier, the Q3KM version can produce surprisingly good results. Let's try a generation with it. I have several prompts saved in my notepad, so I'll copy one and paste it into the positive prompt box. Before running the GGUF model, I'm going to unload the previous models to free up memory. The ComfyUI Manager has a handy feature for this. I'll just click the Free Model and Node Cache button, wait a few seconds, and then start the generation. The generation is complete, so let's take a look. Even though there is a bit of noise here and there, look at the rendering and alignment of the text and icons. The lower quant really nailed it. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this level of quality. I feel like I haven't even pushed the quant to its limits yet. I'll definitely be experimenting more with that in the coming days. Now, let's move on to the other workflows. Here is a simple image-to-image workflow that you can use to guide your generations with existing images. I suggest playing around with the denoise value to get the best results. For example, here is an image I generated using a reference I found on the internet. Finally, we have the HighRes fix workflow. You can use this to generate high-resolution images that the model doesn't natively support. This workflow has two groups. The first is the first pass, which generates a base image. Then, that image is sent to the second group, called the second pass. Inside this group, the image is upscaled using an upscaling model. I am using Real ESRGAN X2, which will double the image resolution. Next, the upscaled image is sent to the VAE encode node to transform it into latent, which are then sent to the K-sampler. The K-sampler then sends that latent to the Qwen Image model for processing. For this second K-sampler, I am using 4 steps for faster generation and a denoise value of 0.42. You may need to play with the denoise value to make sure the upscaled image looks similar to the base image. Then, we have 2 nodes for comparing the upscaled image with the base image. Now, let's start an image generation. I'm using a prompt about an ant carrying a cracked grain of rice. Let's see how well Qwen Image can handle it. There is also one custom node in this workflow, the seed node from RG3 Comfy. I added this node to make sure the K-samplers from both groups use the same seed. You can remove this node if you don't want it and manually try different seeds for each K-sampler instead. Now, let's start the generation. Before hitting the Run button, I need to unload the previous models. I'll click the Free Model and Node Cache button and wait a couple of seconds. Now, let's hit the Run button and wait for the result. The generation is complete, so let's take a look at the result. Both images look very similar. As you can see, the result looks great. I really love the lighting and the fine details, although I'll admit I've forgotten exactly what an ant looks like at this scale. So, that's it, guys. In my opinion, this new model really shines. Give it a try and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.